swore. Hercules back here with another video. And as I was driving in the car today, I engaged in this thing called self-talk, and I was talking to myself, and one message that really stuck out to me was you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And where that comes from is like, in order for you to make it anywhere in life and to do anything in life of any sort of significance or any value, you have to be willing to place yourself or to be placed in situations to where you feel uncomfortable, or where you might be in uncharted territory, something you've never seen before. But if you're willing to allow yourself to be uncomfortable, the amount of growth and learning and knowledge that those, I guess, quests hold is unfathomable. Like the situations that I've been placed in, I've allowed myself to be placed in, and to allow myself to be vulnerable enough to be uncomfortable in a certain situation has allowed me to stumble upon a lot of great information, put me in front of a lot of great people, and allowed me to do some pretty fantastic things with my life, you know, if I do say so myself. But before I was able to be comfortable being uncomfortable, I had to go on a journey of solitude, or a journey of self-reflection, looking within. You know, having that high introspective power has allowed me to do a lot of self-work on my own and allowed me to analyze things, I would like to say, as objectively as possible. But of course, it's me analyzing myself, so there is some subjectivity to it. But trying to objectively analyze myself and see my shortcomings, my hard falls, my traumas, my experiences, and using those things to make me a better person, and to learn from that. And in order to be comfortable being uncomfortable, you have to be in tune with yourself, to allow yourself to be placed into those situations. So when you're there, you're not defensive or you're not offensive, but you're open, you're tranquil, and you allow things to ebb and flow into your life. And for me, how I allow myself to be comfortable being uncomfortable, I'm placed in a lot of environments to where A, I'm the only black person, B, I'm the only man, or C, I'm the only black man. And, you know, that can be very intimidating sometimes. But what do? Do I give up? Do I just be like, maybe this not for me, or ain't nobody that look like me or got my story in this room? Do I just give up on that? Like, no, like I have to be willing to be uncomfortable in those situations. I have to adapt. I have to learn the environment. I have to learn the people, learn my crowd. Okay, do I got to say it like this, or do I got to say it like this? Do I have more tact, less tact? You know, are they comprehending the things that I'm saying? So these are all lessons that you learn when you're placed in environments to where you're uncomfortable. But before you get to that place of allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough, you have to have done the self-work beforehand to allow you to be open enough in those situations of uncomfortability to learn. Because a lot of us seek out things that are familiar to us, you know, subconsciously. You know, we aren't aware that we seek out these opportunities or to do things that we already know that we're good at. You know, a lot of us are scared to fail, venture out. You know, even coming on YouTube, you know, is a big thing for me. You know, and that's hard. That comes with a lot of scrutiny. Like I have to be uncomfortable, me being vulnerable and expressing myself to whoever views this video. You know, that comes with a certain level of vulnerability that you have to have. But I've learned myself enough. I love myself enough. I've done the self-work. I have the introspective power to be able to analyze who I am and to do the work that I can give myself freely, so maybe some other people can learn. You dig what I'm saying? And, you know, it kind of came from in class today when we have our group discussions, and, you know, I'm speaking and I'm giving my points, and then I got 5 other people coming back at me with what they think and defending their points, or trying to break down and deconstruct my argument, which they're well within their right to do because it's creative discussion. Everybody isn't going to disagree, but I have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable to stay poised, to stay composed, and to stay whole, and to not let the things that other people say and what they do rattle me, or let what they do rub off on the things that I'm trying to do with my life. You know, so me learning to be comfortable in those uncomfortable situations is definitely uncharted territory. But, you know, for me, nothing happens for no reason, and we're not placed into situations that we can't handle now. Is it going to be strenuous? Is it going to be tough? where you might cry or you might be angry. You're gonna have your days, but you know that it comes with the territory when you open yourself up to something new. You dig what I'm saying? And I actively try to seek out situations or environments that are new to me so I can learn something. Like I like to consider myself a vicarious learner. So when I'm around people, yes, I know how to steal the room and let my light shine and draw all the attention. But sometimes you also have to know how to fall back and take the room in, take your environment in, take the people in. What kind of people am I talking to? How do I tailor my message? How should I approach them? Do I need more tact or less tact? Do I use this vocabulary or that vocabulary? Am I more precise and to the point and more direct and more blunt? Or do I have to layer the things that I'm saying so that it can be digested easily? And these are just some of the things that I've learned in being in uncharted territories. It's like if you go to the hood every day. You know how they talk, you know how they walk, you know how they move. You don't have to really do much adjusting, but going from the hood to school to all these different places and having to adjust who you are or be placed into new situations. And for me, like it really resonate home with me being uncomfortable, being comfortable, being uncomfortable, because just in the profession and the major and the things that I do and the people that I find myself around of psychiatrists and emergency room doctors and nurses and psychologists, like most of them don't look like me. They aren't black. They aren't a man, and there are very few black men. So I have to, but that doesn't stop me from pursuing my goal. Like I'm still going to get there. It may not be a lot of us, but I'm going to be the one. And you know what? I take what comes with that. Do people look at me different? Do I get side-eyed? Are you sure this is what you really want to do? Like, is he in the right place? I get looked up and down, but it comes with the territory. And I'm comfortable being uncomfortable because I know in being uncomfortable is not going to last forever. You're going to adjust to situations. You're going to have to get acclimated to the field of wherever you're at. And then you're going to have to, excuse me, you're going to have to get comfortable at some point in time or forever live your life in misery. Or forever live your life looking at, if they watching you or looking at your every move or, hovering around every word that you say.